Hey, what's going on? This is your boy SYNTELL with the Intel. Today is going to be a bit of a hodgepodge of news, but all of it is interesting. So please make sure you hit those subscription buttons, click the bell icon for up-to-date news, and of course, give us a well-placed thumbs up. We also love those comments. So with that being said, let's get started. A little over a week again, Twitch was in the news because a lot of people were going to demonstrate against the platform by not participating, taking time off, be it content creators or people that actually participate in watching the content. Why do you ask? Well, it seems like Twitch has let their platform get a little bit out of control from people that are trolls, haters, homophobes, racists, not good people. And the content creators have been complaining about it over and over again repeatedly, saying that the aggression of the people that's coming in to do harmful things on their platform, nothing is being done to help curtail it. Nothing is being done to help stop it. And one of the methods that they're using in order to harass these content creators, they're using what are known as raids. And what raids are is when a large group of people, like-minded individuals, go as a group over to another platform, either typically to support that other person because they're like-minded, they have the same ideas and thought processes and culture, and they'll more than likely like that person's content. But the flip side of that is that if you're a hater, a tyrant, somebody who goes out of their way to bother people, you can use those raids for hateful purposes, and that is what's been happening. One of the bigger problems regarding stopping it is that as far as Twitch was concerned, it was difficult for them to stop individual people because it's so easy to create brand new profiles and just continue the process over and over again. Well, there's been some hedgeway, there's been some groundbreaking to help facilitate some of the problem, because Twitch is having problems on a lot of different fronts outside of just dealing with the hate. A lot of people are just leaving the platform in general due to a lot of various different reasons, a lot of them including the amount of money that they take for their content creators. But then adding this on top of it is not helping the platform at all. So they actually did something about it. Before this particular action was taken, some people were suggesting having a different way of verifying your users, such as validating email addresses or using telephone numbers to validate that you are who you say you are, so that ghost accounts can't be made. Twitch took it a step further, and then this is where this article kind of kicks in. Twitch reported to the legal system suing 2 alleged hate raiders for targeting Black and LGBTQIA streamers with racist, homophobic, sexist, and other harassing content in violation of its terms of service. So Thursday's lawsuit, which was filed in the U.S. District Court for the Northern District of California, targets 2 users identified only as Cruise Control and Korean Teen Overdose, whom Twitch believes are based respectively in the Netherlands and Vienna, Austria. Twitch, in the suit, says it initially took swift action by suspending and then permanently banning their accounts. However, it reads, they evaded Twitch's bans by creating new alternate Twitch accounts and continually altering their self-described hate raid code to avoid detection and suspension by Twitch. The complaint alleges that Cruise Control and Korean Teen Overdose still operate multiple accounts on Twitch under aliases, as well as thousands of bot accounts to conduct hate raids, and that both users claim in the lawsuit's words that they can generate thousands of bots in minutes just for this purpose. Twitch alleges that Cruise Control is responsible for about 3,000 bots. On August 15th, the suit alleged Korean Teen Overdose demonstrated how the bot software could be used to spam Twitch channels with racial slurs, graphic descriptions of violence against minorities, and claims the hate raids are the KKK. The suit also alleges that the defendants may be part of a hate raiding community which coordinates attacks over Discord and Steam as well. So this is like a multifaceted kind of thing. This is kind of new, interesting news to me as well, because I had naturally assumed, which maybe a lot of other people as well, that this was done solely by one particular group for one particular platform. But what they've discovered in their investigation is that it's one particular group spreading this hate over multiple platforms. I think this is great news that Twitch is actually taking action. A lot of people felt that they weren't taking action quick enough. Now, granted, for the platform Twitch itself, when it comes to coding all of these safety measures in order to make sure that the content creators are safe, it does take time, but it seemed like they took an approach that they would get to it when it felt convenient for them. Maybe that was in part because they didn't realize that the people that were being affected could directly affect their bottom line. This particular protest that they had a little over a week ago was relatively successful. Some of the numbers did drop drastically, and when you kill viewership, you essentially kill the way that you can monetize the platform. So if people don't listen, hit them where it hurts, and that is the pockets. Also added to the fact that streamers are leaving the platform in droves due to financial reasons, much less the social reasons of making sure that you can broadcast your information into a safe space. It really pushed Twitch into a corner so that they can do some type of action. I know charging 2 people may not seem like a big deal, but it is a big deal because it does send the message. It does show that there could be consequences for your action if you want to just mess around and act like an idiot. So for that, I do tip my hat. Is it enough? I don't know, maybe. I guess the word is still out. We'll see how it all unfolds regarding everybody else that is in those same circles that's delivering all of this hateful content. If you're a full-time professional hater, or if you're a part-time person doing it, you will have to pay. You will have to answer for the things that you say. You will be liable. You'll be accountable. This is what I think many of the people on the platform is looking for. I think people are smart enough to realize that things aren't going to be fixed overnight, but goodness, you got to do something. And I think I am, relatively proud of Twitch for actually doing something, but this is just the beginning. You're going to need to do more. This is a good way to start. If you want to clean up the platform, work on making it a safe place for people first. Of course, obviously work on the financial situation so that it is profitable for people to spend their time on your platform. And then we can get back to business as normal, because that is what people want to do. Regardless, action is being done, and that's what's important. What's next, that's the most important, is what are you going to do next? And we're all watching. Star Trek, New Strange Worlds cast, and the characters revealed in a teaser. Paramount Plus, the latest iteration of the Star Trek franchise, Star Trek Strange New Worlds, spins off from the events of Discovery to tell the story of the USS Enterprise before the days of Captain Kirk in Star Trek, the original series. Fans knew Anson Mount will lead the series as Captain Christopher Pike, but on Wednesday, during a Star Trek Day panel, Paramount confirmed a few more additions to the Enterprise crew, including some familiar names from the original series. Familiar names from Star Trek lore played by newcomers include Jess Bush as Nurse Christine Chapel, Babs Aluson McCoon as Dr. Mbega, and Cecilia Rose Gooding, who will play Cadet Nyata Uhura. Now, she will be playing Uhura in the years before she became the communications officer under Captain Kirk. Paramount also announced Melissa Navia as Lieutenant Erica Ortegas and Bruce Horlock as Himmer, who are the new characters to the series. One particular mysterious cast member is Christina Chong, who will play Leon Noonien Singh. While this doesn't seem to be her character from the original series, she does have a very familiar last name, the same as Khan Noonien Singh, the antagonist from Star Trek The Wrath of Khan. Whether this is a neat bit of fan service or a clue to one of the show's storylines, we'll have to wait and see. All these characters join Mount's previously unannounced castmates Rebecca Romaine as number 1, who is now officially named Una Chin Riley, or Ethan Peck as Spock. Star Trek Strange New Worlds will stream on Paramount Plus, but there is no announcement yet as to when it will be released. Now, in this world of everybody creating a brand new universe for everything, we're seeing with Avatar, The Last Bender, we're seeing whole new universes with Avatar, The Blue People, that's being produced by James Cameron. Of course, with Marvel and the cinematic universe, DC, Star Wars, everybody is creating these worlds within the worlds, and Star Trek is what is going to be like the magnum opus, the creme de la creme for Paramount Plus. There's Lower Decks, there's Star Trek Discovery, there's old reruns of other things going down, and now we have Strange New Worlds that's going to be a part of it. Right now, everybody's still loving the concept of having various worlds. It's great for the content creators because it makes it a little bit easier to come up with ideas for already established and beloved characters, settings, books, and everything else of that nature. So it's a win-win for everybody. But what I think is going to happen is eventually people are going to start getting into a type of content universal fatigue. People may start getting a little bit tired of just living in these particular worlds over and over again. It hasn't happened yet because even content such as, Game of Thrones has a world within a world. They got one that's going down now that's talking about the fall of Viserys. I think that's what the name of it, with the people that bred the dragons before the Queen of Dragons took one that was a Targaryen blood. It's all of that kind of stuff. People that are diehards of these niche groups. I love these world within a world services, but I think that the problem with some of the world in the world services is that if you are a casual viewer or somebody who's not familiar with all of the backstory that goes along with all of this, it makes it difficult for them to have like an easy barrier of entry. Once the group that you got is established, that's the group that you're gonna have to like stay with. You're gonna have to stay with the girl you took to the prom. Until then, right now, we have options like Star Trek Strange New Worlds, and it sounds pretty cool. Captain Kirk is a beloved central figure in Enterprise. He's probably one of the most known characters outside of Spock. As far as the timeline is concerned, to only take it like, a couple of years or a few years before he established himself as the main thing for the franchise, you got some decent storytelling because there's other beloved figures that helped shape and mold Captain Kirk into the pivotal figure that he is now. One of those being Uhura. And understanding like where their backgrounds can be very fascinating for people who are hardcore fans of the series. I wondered, is that going to be enough to attract people who know nothing about Star Trek to check out this particular show? That is the real question. I think they are going to have success finding interest within the old heads. I've got some success. I mean, I am curious about Uhura and all the things that she's been done. I'm curious about the main antagonist that played in The Wrath of Khan. He's arguably one of the most known villains in the Star Trek universe as well. And to know that they may have some kind of bloodline, some roots, some lineage attached to that can even add to the emphasis into the lore of Khan. I'm here for it. It sounds like it could be fun, but it just sounds like you're only invited to this party if you already know who the DJ is and you already know the music they're going to play. If somebody doesn't know anything, they might be just standing on the wall waiting to go home. So that's my only issue with it. Am I gonna watch it? Yeah, I mean, you know me, of course. I'll probably watch it and just see if it's good or not. It seems a little bit different than something like Star Trek Discovery, which doesn't necessarily take a bunch of characters that are really well known. There's some known characters within this universe, but not super well known and maybe hinging the premise of the storyline around that. That's why I think Star Trek Discovery may have a easier barrier of entry than what we're talking about right here in Star Trek Strange New Worlds. What it's really going to come down to is the marketing. How are they going to sell it? Because a lot of people are familiar with Star Trek, but there's so many different versions of it. You got Deep Space Nine, Next Generation, Original Series, Lower Decks, Discovery. It just goes on and on and on. And I think that it could be a little bit of overkill. I am wishing it the best. I hope they do a really good job with the casting because the casting is going to go a long way. And I'm wondering just how interconnected it's going to be within the rest of the universe. Regardless, let me know how you feel. So I'm officially done breaking your brain. That's going to be the scoop for the day. Thank you so much for hanging out. Make sure you hit the subscribe button and click the bell icon to receive up-to-the-minute updates. There's also this nifty little thumbs up button that you can hit as well. Hey, I'm your boy SYNTELL with the Intel, and I'll see you tomorrow. Peace out.